Okay, hey guys, thanks for joining me today. I tried to get in here early, didn't get in as early as I wanted to. I really wanted to dissect and tackle this information regarding 2024 Corvette ordering for the January cycle. Now, keep in mind the stuff we're going to talk about today, and I'm sorry, it's still a little hard for me to talk, so hopefully you can understand what I'm saying. The stuff we're going to talk about today only affects new orders going into the system. So if you're at 3,000 status or higher, this is all gobbledygook to you. You've got a car coming, it's just a matter of when. Did I just say gobbledygook? Okay, crap. This crap we're going to talk about today doesn't pertain to you if you're 3,000 status or higher. I also want to talk about production timelines and things as I'm always looking forward. Yes, this is important right now. This is going to consume my entire day, but there's stuff going forward that I'm starting to get a little concerned about. I have to be concerned about, so it helps me help you and kind of keeps the market moving as well. So this week's constraints, actually a little bit of good news, but still some concerning news that continues to linger month over month. And I've had it, you guys have had it too, but there's only so much we can do. So let's dive right into it. There are no E-rate allocations for this cycle. Those continue to be, way back there. Stingray orders. Here's the frustrating part for me anyways, because I have so many clients that say, hey, you know what, I've waited this long. Let's just see what next month brings. Well, let's see what next month, we've been talking about that, for 6 months? Here we go again. Once again, talking about the Q9i gloss black forged aluminum wheel. Now, it is on constraint and controlled quantities. When it's on constraint, doesn't mean it's not available at all. It is available, controlled quantities. I'm frustrated. I didn't get any of the 176 that are available for the nation. Okay, just a couple of more constraints regarding Stingray orders going into the system for this January cycle on your 2024 Corvette. The 5DG and the PCX. PCX is a Tex Bronze package, and 5DG are the Tex Bronze aluminum wheels. Those kind of go hand in hand. Those are zero availability for this order cycle. Here's another accessory that's on constraint, so you can't put it on your order, but it is an accessory, so at some point you could add it to your car later, and that is the SLN carbon fiber cross brace. That is zero availability for any order going into the system for this January cycle. The Stingray High Wing in body color. Usually that's the case. You could get it in the red, white, or the blue. No, it is zero availability, which leads me to believe if they're not talking about carbon flash, then you should be able to get the carbon flash high wing. You always have to read in between the lines on these constraints. If it's not listed here, it's available. That's actually going to be a good segue into Z06 here in just a second. Some good news again for Stingray owners. If you're looking for non-Z51 suspension versus Z51 performance handling package, they are on constraint. They're in controlled quantities. And for our allocations this cycle, 67%, this is huge for us, 67% actually have to be non-Z51. And 33% have to be Z51. If your matrix don't match up, then that allocation doesn't move forward. Here's the national numbers. Non-Z51 packages are available in 719 quantity, and Z51s are 879. Let's talk about Z06, and it's only one line in the constraint item, and it too is an accessory item that you can add later. It's that SLN carbon fiber brace. That's zero availability. And there's nothing else on the list for Z06. So if you have a Z06 allocation that's being released in this cycle and you want a certain wheel, you want Z07, you want the carbon fiber ground effects, you want the carbon flash ground effects, you can get them. The key is you need to have an allocation. And just like we said at the beginning of today's show, the stuff we're talking about now does not affect orders that are at 3,000 status and higher. So that means don't call your dealer and go, hey, I heard that stuff's all constraint. I want to put that on my order now. It doesn't work that way. This is for orders that are going forward, not that are already in the system where the material's already been batched or either didn't batch because they simply weren't available at the time that your order was placed. So it doesn't work that way. But this is a little bit of good news moving forward. The problem is the quantities for allocations for Z06 are extremely low. I think this is fair to say. We all been watching the reports on Corvette Blogger and other forums and Facebook pages and what have you. I think the overall production numbers for Z06 are going to be much less than what they were for last year. And you thought last year it was tough to get one of those cars? No comment. Let me just wait till the ZR1. I'm sorry. Something stuck in my throat there. I almost said ZR1. That'll be quite a conversation. Coming soon. Here's something I want to talk about. I just want to openly share this with you guys because I'm thinking about it, because I have to think about it. And usually this time of the year, we haven't gotten it yet from Chevrolet. They give us the build-out schedule for each and every model for Chevrolet. Of course, all I care about here is Corvette. We haven't gotten that information yet. Usually that doesn't happen always this way, but usually it does happen in that June timeline into July, and the new cars start coming in August, September. Is that going to happen this year? And here's why I'm concerned with that. Because yes, there's strong rumor out there right now about a new interior coming for 2025. So will that affect, I think it will at some point, 2024 production? Let's face it, if that's the case, there's parts on the 24 Corvette that simply won't work on the 25. So do they A, have an abundance of parts, so they're going to extend 24 production as they have in the past, or maybe they're running out of parts and you're going to see this constraint list just explode toward the end of model year, and then we're going to see a shorter model year for 2024, or paint. You have to worry about paint, regardless of the model year changeover and some of the changes that may happen for 2025 that everybody's talking about. As you change over from one model year to the next, yes, there's always a new paint color. And as you get close to the end of that model year, some of the current paint colors are no longer available. So if you're waiting to the end of 24, which we don't know when that is, if you're waiting to the end to get a certain color, a certain option, a certain wheel, it simply may not happen. So think about that in your decision before you actually custom order a car. Custom ordering a car is really a big deal. It's a fun deal. So I don't want that to be spoiled by some of the stuff that we're dealing with, that we've been continually dealing with in regards to C8. Here's the other thing that kind of concerns me now, talking about, the changeover from 24, 25. I'm hearing it on good rumor that the ZR1 launches in January this time next year. So is that a late 25 or is that an early 26? And that means then they would extend the production. It gets a little confusing. Yes, we continue to give you things to talk about in regards to Corvette. There's a lot of great things going on now. There's more great things to come. Stay tuned to this channel. Subscribe if you would. Hit the bell notification. Thumbs up this video. Make some comments down below. I'm going to be buried on the phone and trying to reach all my customers today, so I'll look at some of the comments when I get a chance at lunch or what have you. But keep in mind, processing these orders over the next couple of days is the most important thing to me right now, only because it's such a time-sensitive issue. Thank you for the understanding. And again, thank you for the business considerations. My contact information's up on the screen. If you're looking for a Stingray, I might be able to slide something in there for you. Thanks again, guys. I'll talk to you soon.